you should act as if you want to sell your company to someone and you want to get the highest multiple for your company.
Yes.
And if they come in and say, well, you're only paying yourself $50,000 a year and you should be paying $250,000 a year, they're going to take that right off of the value of your company. And if you do that with other people as well, they're going to say, well, your company isn't actually worth what you think it's worth because you are overvaluing your business. And they don't want to buy that. They want to buy, they know they're gonna have to fix it, so they're gonna undervalue it as much as they can. So you got to be careful with that as well, with profit. I think.
So through your career, what struggles did you have yourself, or did you see businesses go through?
So a lot of what we just talked about. So for myself, I wasn't a great manager when or leader when I first started out. I was taught what most of us are taught, which is, you have to tell people what to do and you have to know all the answers and all these things. And I always wondered why I was so stressed out. It was because there's no way in the world I'm going to know all the answers. I'm relatively good at sales, but I'm certainly don't know all the answers there. I'm relatively good at marketing, don't know all the answers there. I have no background in finance. I'm technically adept, but, and I wrote code when I was in college, but, I'm not nearly as technically astute as people that would be working for me. So all these things that you have to really understand, I didn't get because I wasn't really taught that. And I think that starts from schooling, not just in business.
Yeah.
And what I found most businesses do is so I've been studying sort of business success and business failure for a while. And what I've found is that most businesses die of indigestion, not of starvation. They try to do too many things and they spread themselves too thin. Again, sort of chasing that revenue, as you said before, right? We need to bring in more revenue because then that makes us a healthy, we want to be a $100 million business or a $50 million business. And again, it doesn't matter in the end if you really want to build a healthy and thriving business. If you want to flip your company really fast and people are going to pay you a multiple of revenue, then go for it. But that's pretty rare, especially these days.
These days, it's as much it is easy, for example, to someone to start, for example, online nowadays, right? But at the same time, forget competition. Let's put the competition aside. But a lot social media platforms, for example, like you mentioned, going everywhere at once, social media distraction in itself, a lot of things to do. So when you do that, me myself now, I'm having this problem also, because like you have these like 5-10 social media platforms, which one you should focus on more, which one that actually brings, let's say, the thing that you want, the revenue or the goal that you put to your company. So these kind of things are like putting you all off the grid and keep you on a circle that sometimes doesn't stop.
I agree. So I think you're hitting a really good point, which is what I found is most businesses try to solve the problem from the middle.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Yes.
So the social media channels, the messaging, all that kind of stuff is something that stems from something further downstream, further upstream, actually, right? Which is you really have to understand why your customers buy from you. What problem are you solving? Are you solving it in a way that is unique to them and they certainly value? There are we talked about Steve Jobs, so we might have to use that as an example because most people know who Apple is anyway around the world. And when Steve Jobs first came in, he wasn't as good a leader as he was the second time he came in.
You mean when he quit and came back? So he became.
Yeah, he didn't quit. He got ousted. But yeah,
okay.
Okay. But so the second time when he came in and sort of resurrected Apple, and he learned a bunch of things, and he learned that you really have to understand what your customers want. And I tell a story. I don't know if it's true, but it's a really good story, right? So Steve Jobs. So the first thing that came out was iTunes, but the first thing that we really understand is the iPod. That was the first, other than the Mac stuff that was already there. The iPod was the next big thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it actually was, because at that time I was using the Walkman, the one that you put the cassette in, or the CD, and I used to go running with it, and it was like sometimes jams and the song cuts off.
Exactly, right?
So when that thing happened, it was a great thing to.
Right, but in order to find that out, he didn't go and say, he didn't ask you or someone like you to say, how can I make a better